Most people wouldn't break their stride to pick up a dirty, worn-down penny. It's not worth the effort. It's not worth the thought. That assumption is quietly costing thousands of people a life-changing fortune. Right now, certain old pennies, specifically wheat pennies, from the 1910s, 1920s, 1930s, and 1940s are triggering secret bidding wars and private auctions. They aren't shiny. They aren't perfect. In fact, the darker and more damaged they look, the more collectors sometimes want them. And the scariest part, you might have one sitting in a coffee can on your shelf and not even know it. Here is the reality check. These 4 coins look like pocket change, but each one has sold for 5 or 6 figures. Let's start with the one that fools everyone. 1. The 1940 mint mark penny, the silent trap. Back in 1940, the world was already on fire. America wasn't in the war yet, but the industrial machine was cranking up. The Philadelphia Mint was pushing out millions of pennies as fast as possible to keep commerce moving. Under that pressure, things got sloppy. Dice wore down. Metal flow wasn't perfect. And that's exactly when the most valuable mistakes happen. The coin itself looks painfully ordinary. Obverse. Abraham Lincoln's profile. In God we trust above. Liberty to the left. And the date 1940 below. Reverse. The iconic wheat stalks wrapping around 1 cent. And United States of America. No mint mark, meaning it came from Philadelphia. Composition, 95% copper, 5% tin zinc. Weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter, 90 millimeter. Here is where people ruin everything. Most folks look at a worn 1940 penny and see a dirty coin that needs cleaning. They scrub it. They polish it. They try to make it look new. And the second they do, they erase $100,000. That dark toning, that uneven brown surface, that slightly greasy film. That is not damage. That is proof of survival. Collectors call it original patina, and they will pay a fortune for it. The number that matters, even in rough, fine, poor condition. This exact coin has triggered bidding wars up to $160,000. The rule: do not clean it. Do not spend it. If you find a 19 Dalmia T-Con in 1940 with no mint mark, stop touching it. Put it in a protective flip. Get it professionally graded. That single step separates pocket change from a down payment on a house. 2. The 1933D. The Depression-era ghost. Now, we go back to 1933. The Great Depression was at its absolute worst. Banks were failing. Families were starving. The Denver Mint was still striking pennies. But resources were tight, and production was anything but normal. The D mint mark under the date is the key. That tiny letter ties this coin to a moment when America was desperate. Why this one is dangerous. Most people see a dark, rusty, worn-down 1933D and assume it's worthless. They toss it back into circulation. They spend it on gas. They give it away. But here is the secret collectors know. Rust and darkness are often the best preservers of value. A cleaned, shiny 1933D is suspicious. A dark, gritty, untouched 1933D is a time capsule. Composition: same 95% copper. 3.11 grams, 19 milliliters. Condition is deceptive. Incirculated. Condition: worn but original. This coin has reached $220,000 at auction. The triple trap. You ignore it because it's dark. You clean it because you think you're helping. You spend it because you don't recognize the D. Don't be that person. The 1933 D is disappearing. Every year, more are lost, melted, or destroyed by amateur cleaning. If you find one, you are holding a piece of survival history. Preserve it exactly as it is. 3. The 1924 No Mint Mark. The TIA $275,000 overlook. This is the one that hurts the most because it looks too normal. Post-war recovery, economic shifts. The Philadelphia Mint was churning out pennies like clockwork. No drama, no obvious errors. Just millions upon millions of coins that went straight into circulation and got worn down to smooth discs. Here is the twist. That heavyware is exactly what makes the survivors valuable. A 1924 penny with sharp details is almost impossible to find. Most were rubbed featureless in pockets and cash registers. So when a 1924 penny appears with readable letters and visible wheat stalks, even if it's dark and dirty, collectors lose their minds. The detail they chase, the sharpness of Lincoln's jawline, the spacing in the word liberty, the definition in the wheat kernels, the fatal mistake. People see a dull coin and scrub it with baking soda or a jewelry cloth. That single act can turn a 275 coin into a 275,000 coin into a 2 coin overnight. Never clean a wheat penny, ever. That natural brown and black toning is the fingerprint of history. Remove it, and you erase the very thing collectors are paying for. The number. In fine condition. Worn, but not wrecked. The 1924 No Mint Mark penny has reached $275,000 in private sales. If you find one, do not rub it. Do not soak it. Do not even breathe on it too hard. Store it by the edges. Send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. That certification is your key to serious money. 4. The 1915 No Mint Mark, the ultimate sleeper. $395,000. Now we get to the king of the overlooked fortune. Global tensions rising. The Philadelphia Mint was working overtime. And because these pennies were produced in huge numbers, almost none were saved. They were spent immediately, worn down immediately, and lost to time. Finding a 1915 wheat penny today, with clear details and original surfaces, is like finding a needle in a haystack. And that rarity has created a monster in the collector market. The design, same Lincoln portrait, same wheat reverse. Nothing flashy. The killer detail, the absence of a mint mark, Philadelphia, combined with honest natural wear. Composition, 95% copper, which gives that rich, warm tone when untouched. The number that changes lives, even in fine condition, where the coin has clearly been used but all major details are still visible. The 1915 No Mint Mark penny has reached an astonishing $335,000. Let me repeat that. A penny that most people would reject at a gas station has sold for more than a luxury car, more than a year's salary, more than a college education. Why so high? Because supply is collapsing. Every year, more of these coins are lost in house moves, spent by people who didn't know to look and demand. It's only going up. Collectors aren't casual about this date. They study the tiny details, the spacing of the letters, the wear pattern on Lincoln's cheek, the sharpness of the wheat stalks, the final warning. Read this twice. You now know the 4 dates that matter. 1915, 1924, 1933D, and 1940, no mint mark. Here is what you must do immediately. Stop cleaning coins. That instinct to polish or wash old pennies is the fastest way to destroy value. Original dirt, sharp money, shiny K suspicious. Check every wheat penny you see. Look at the date first. Then look for a mint mark or lack of one. Handle with care. Hold the coin by its edges only. Put it in a non-PVC flip or a 2x2 cardboard holder. Do not stack it with other coins. Do not spend it. This is not a suggestion. This is a financial warning. Every day, coins worth 5 figures are used to buy coffee, gum, and gasoline. Do not let that be your story. Get it graded. Professional grading via PCGS or NGC is the only way to unlock true market value. Without it, you're just guessing. The bigger picture. These coins are still out there. Jars, drawers, old collections, loose change trays. People walk past them every single day, assuming that worn means worthless. That assumption is costing thousands of people a silent fortune. The collectors who profit from this market don't have magic powers. They just have patience and awareness. They know that a dark, dirty, original 1915 penny is worth more than a shiny, cleaned one. They know that the D on a 1933 penny changes everything. They know that cleaning is destruction. The next time you see a wheat penny, don't toss it aside. Look at the date. Check for a mint mark.